3 years ago, my family made a decision that everyone thought was crazy. We left America for Canada. We were told we'd miss everything. The freedom. The opportunity. The American dream. Instead, we discovered 10 things that literally changed our lives. And number 3 actually saved my daughter's future. By the end of this video, you'll understand why we're never going back. Let's start with number 10. Parental leave. In America, having a baby can cost you your job. In Canada, it can give you over a year of paid time off. Let me tell you about Jessica Martinez. 29 years old. Graphic designer. Living in Seattle with her husband. She got pregnant with their first child and felt nothing but joy, until she talked to HR. 6 weeks unpaid leave. That's what she got. Not a day more. She couldn't afford to take unpaid time, so she went back to work exhausted, pumping in a storage closet, barely holding it together. Her mental health collapsed, postpartum depression hit hard, she felt like she was failing as a mother and barely functioning at work. 2 years later, they moved to Toronto. When she got pregnant with their second child, everything changed. 12 to 18 months of parental leave paid. At 55% of her salary through employment insurance. She bonded with her baby. Her mental health transformed. Her marriage got stronger. Here's the reality. The OECD 2023 Family Database found that the US offers 0 weeks of federally mandated paid parental leave. 0. Canada offers up to 78 weeks combined. A University of Montreal study from 2022 found that extended parental leave reduces postpartum depression by 43%. If you're planning to start a family, this difference could mean everything, but that's just the beginning of how Canada protects families. Number 9. Prescription drug costs. My neighbor back in Ohio used to ration his insulin. His identical twin brother in Vancouver has never worried about it once. Let me tell you about Robert Chin. 54 years old, type 1 diabetic. Accountant from Boston. His insurance lapsed between jobs for just 8 weeks. Suddenly, his insulin cost $600 a month out of pocket. He started using less than his doctor prescribed, skipping doses, stretching supplies. His blood sugar became dangerously unstable. He knew the risks. Kidney damage, nerve damage, blindness, but he couldn't afford the alternative. Then he moved to Montreal for work. Same insulin. Same dosage. $30 to $40 a month through the provincial drug plan. He cried the first time he picked up his prescription. The fear disappeared overnight. Here's what nobody talks about. A RAND Corporation study from 2023 found that prescription drugs cost 256% more in the US than in Canada on average. The Canadian government negotiates bulk drug prices nationally. Yale School of Public Health reported in 2021 that 1.3 million Americans ration their medication every year because of cost. This affects you every time you or someone you love gets sick. And wait until you hear what Canada does with your tuition debt. But wait. Before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my essential stuff. Comment, "I subscribe" below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. With that said, let's get started. Number 8. University debt. American student loan debt just hit $1.77 trillion. In Canada, the average graduate owes 70% less. Here's why that matters. Marcus Johnson. 26. Software engineer from Atlanta. He graduated with $85,000 in student loans. His payments? $1,200 a month. That was 40% of his entry-level salary gone. Just servicing debt. He couldn't save for a house. Couldn't invest. Could barely cover rent and groceries. His younger sister made a different choice. She attended the University of Toronto. Graduated with $18,000 in debt. Paid it off in 3 years while saving for a house. Statistics Canada reported in 2024 that the average Canadian student debt at graduation is $28,000 Canadian dollars, about $20,000 USD. The US Federal Reserve? $37,718. But here's what really matters. Canadian domestic students pay $6,800 a year on average for public university. Americans pay almost $11,000, and if you're struggling after graduation, Canada has a repayment assistance plan. If you earn under $40,000, your payments are suspended. No interest. If you've ever felt trapped by student loans, imagine starting your adult life without that crushing weight on your chest. But education is just one way Canada invests in your future. Number 7 might actually extend your life. Number 7. Healthcare wait times versus medical bankruptcy. Critics love to talk about Canadian healthcare wait times, but here's what they don't tell you. Americans wait too. They just go bankrupt while doing it. Linda Hoffman. 51. Teacher from Phoenix, she found a lump breast cancer. Her insurance approved treatment, but she still faced $28,000 in deductibles and co-pays. She delayed care for 5 months trying to save money. 5 months while cancer grew inside her body. She finally started treatment when her sister loaned her $15,000. Her cousin in Calgary was diagnosed the same month. 3 weeks later, she was in treatment, paid $0, kept every dollar of her savings. The Commonwealth Fund found in 2023 that 41% of Americans delayed or skipped medical care because of cost. In Canada, 18%. The Canadian Institute for Health Information says the median wait for non-urgent specialist care is 8 weeks. But here's the devastating American reality. The American Journal of Public Health reported that 530,000 Americans declare bankruptcy due to medical debt every year. Harvard Medical School found that medical expenses contribute to 66.5% of all U.S. bankruptcies. This isn't about politics, it's about whether getting sick destroys your family's future. And speaking of family security, wait until you see how Canada protects workers. Number 6. Mandatory paid vacation. In America, paid vacation is a benefit. Something your employer gives you if they feel generous. In Canada, it's your legal right from day one, and it increases the longer you work. Daniel Park, 33, marketing manager from Dallas. He worked 6 years at a U.S. firm, 10 vacation days per year. That's what he earned, and he felt guilty using them. His boss texted him during time off. Clients called. Projects didn't pause. He never fully disconnected. Burnout became his normal. He transferred to his company's Vancouver office, legally entitled to 3 weeks minimum vacation, 4 weeks after 8 years of service. The culture shocked him. People actually encouraged him to use all his days. No guilt, no texts from the boss, real rest. His burnout disappeared. Government of Canada labor standards mandate a minimum of 2 weeks paid vacation after 1 year of employment, 3 weeks after 5 years. In America, the U.S. Department of Labor has no federal law requiring paid vacation at all. 23% of American workers have 0 paid vacation days. The World Economic Forum reported in 2022 that Canadian workers use 86% of their vacation days. Americans use 55%. The International Labour Organization ranked Canada 17th globally in mandated paid leave. The U.S. ranked dead last among developed nations. If you've ever felt guilty for taking time off, imagine it being legally impossible for anyone to deny you. But time off means nothing if you're not safe at work. And that's where number 5 gets serious. Number 5, workplace safety. Every single day, 14 American workers die on the job. In Canada, stronger enforcement and harsher penalties have cut that rate nearly in half per capita. Frank Kowalski, 44. Construction foreman from Cleveland, he watched a co-worker fall from scaffolding 22 feet. The man survived but couldn't walk again. OSHA investigated. It took 18 months. The company was fined $7,000. That was the cost of 1 day's revenue. No criminal charges, no executives held accountable, business as usual. Frank moved to Edmonton. 6 months later, he witnessed a similar safety violation. Alberta Occupational Health and Safety shut the site down within hours. The company was fined $500,000. The executive faced potential jail time. The entire safety culture transformed overnight. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported 5,486 workplace deaths in 2023, 14 per day. The Association of Workers' Compensation Boards of Canada counted 1,008 workplace deaths. Adjusted per capita, that's a 63% lower rate than the U.S. Canadian law allows fines up to $1.5 million and includes criminal prosecution under Bill C-45. The National Safety Council found that stronger enforcement correlates with a 34% reduction in repeat violations. This affects you every single day you clock in, and if you think that's protective, wait until you hear how Canada treats immigrants. Number 4. Immigration pathways. America says it wants skilled immigrants. Canada actually has a system that makes it possible. And my family is proof. Priya Gupta, 36. Software architect from San Jose. She applied for AU.S green card through her employer. The wait time? 12 to 15 years because of country-specific caps. She was stuck on a temporary visa, no job mobility, couldn't leave her employer without starting over. Her life was in limbo for over a decade. She applied to Canada's Express Entry system. 6 months later, she received permanent residency based purely on a skills point system. Her age, education, experience. Now she has full labor mobility and a clear path to citizenship in 3 years. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada processes 80% of express entry applications within 6 months. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has a backlog exceeding 1.8 million people for employment-based green cards. Some applicants wait over 50 years. The World Bank reported that Canada admits 341,000 economic immigrants annually, that's 0.9% of the population. The U.S. admits 140,000, 0.04% of the population. The Conference Board of Canada found that immigrants now fill 75% of labor force growth. If you or someone you love is trying to build a life legally, this difference is everything. But the next three? These are the ones that shocked my family most. Starting with number 3. Childcare costs. My sister-in-law in California pays $2,400 a month for daycare. I pay $200, that's not a typo, and here's how it's changing women's lives. Amanda Reyes, 31. Aerospace engineer from Los Angeles. She and her husband had 2 kids, she did the math. Daycare would cost $4,500 a month for both children, more than her take-home pay after taxes. She had no choice, she quit her career, 5 years gone, no pension contributions, no promotions, professional identity erased. Her sister moved to Quebec, she enrolled both kids in subsidized provincial daycare. $385 Canadian dollars per month total, that's $870 per day. She maintained her career, her pension, and her identity. The government of Quebec is implementing the Canada-wide early learning and child care system, targeting $10 per day by 2026. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reported that average infant care costs $1,430 a month nationally, over $18,000 a year. TD Economics found that subsidized childcare increased women's workforce participation by 13% in Canada. In the U.S., it declined 4% during the same period. World Bank gender data shows 84% of Canadian mothers with children under 6 are employed. In the U.S., 68%. If you've ever had to choose between your career and your kids, you shouldn't have to, and that economic freedom leads directly to number 2, which affects every single neighborhood. Number 2, gun violence rates. Guns are the leading cause of death for American children. In Canada, kids are 7 times less likely to die from gun violence, and parents actually feel the difference. Tom and Sarah Mitchell, parents of 2 Denver. Their son's elementary school went into lockdown 3 times in 1 year, not drills, real lockdowns, shootings nearby. Their 8-year-old developed anxiety, nightmares. He refused to go to school. They tried therapy, medication, nothing worked. They moved to Ottawa. Their son walks to school alone now, plays outside with friends, and has never had an active shooter drill. His anxiety disappeared within 6 months. The CDC Wonder database reported 4,357 American children died from firearms in 2023. Statistics Canada counted 52 adjusted per capita, that's a 7.2 times lower rate. Harvard School of Public Health found that stricter gun licensing laws reduce firearm homicides by 56%. The Canadian Firearms Act requires safety courses, background checks, personal references, and a 28-day waiting period. The American Academy of Pediatrics confirmed in 2023 that gun violence is now the leading cause of death for U.S. children and teens. It surpassed car accidents. This affects whether your kids can play outside without you holding your breath. But there's one more thing. Number 1, it ties all of this together, and it's the one thing my family can't unsee. Number 1, life expectancy. After everything we've covered, the healthcare, the safety, the support systems, here's the ultimate proof: Canadians live longer. On average, 3 years longer than Americans, and the gap is widening. This one's personal. My father, Richard, 67, retired teacher. Back in Michigan, he rationed his blood pressure medication because it was too expensive. He skipped preventive checkups to avoid copays. He carried chronic stress from medical bills that never seemed to end. After we moved to Ontario, everything changed. Regular checkup, no cost, medications became affordable. The stress disappeared, his health improved measurably. His doctor told him his biological age had actually reversed. World Bank life expectancy data from 2023. Canada, 82.96 years. United States, 79.25 years. 3.71-year gap. OECD health statistics tracked the trend. That gap was 2.2 years in 2000. It's widened to 3.7 years in 2023. The British Medical Journal found in 2022 that universal healthcare access adds 2.4 years to life expectancy compared to market-based systems. The Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation reported that Americans lose more years to preventable deaths than any other developed nation. This isn't about politics or patriotism, it's about whether you and the people you love get more years together. All 10 things we just covered, Parental leave, drug costs, education, healthcare, vacation, safety, immigration, childcare, gun violence, they all add up to this one number. Here's what I want to know. If you could redesign one system in your country based on what you've seen here, just one, which would you choose and why? Would it be healthcare? Education? Gun laws? Childcare? And here's the harder question. What would you be willing to trade for it? I'm genuinely curious. Drop your answer below. Let's see if we can find any common ground. And if this opened your eyes to something you didn't know, share it with one person who needs to see this. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment below. I'm bringing you fresh content every day that you won't want to miss. Turn on notification to be the first to know when the next video drops.